A higher colour. 3 words, which caused me to speak harshly to my mother and my godmother. Not directed at me, but the way in which they spoke of another was enough for me to ask what, and proudly proclaim that I was neither higher nor lower than anyone, ever. Up to that moment, I had grown accustomed to the derogatory assumptions. The all mixed race girls are skirts. The my brother said you look like a set-up chick. Or the classic, I think you think you're too nice. When really, I was just trying to cope with my acne and the fact I was still growing into my forehead size. So for years, I slicked my hair right across it like a living, breathing stereotype, but it had never crossed my mind what perceptions of me might lie on the other side. Trinidad, my second home where I took my first steps. My Auntie Rachel's board house where I was blessed to rest my head. I don't know when I first realized that I wasn't like the rest, but those 3 words cut like a blade through my chest. To be with a woman like that, you have to have money. I'm 15. Or the way my little cousin looked at me in shock, asking, "You does wash wares?" when I picked up a sponge to wash my dinner plate. I don't know if she saw my skin and assumed we had servants, but both my parents were nurses. And her house in Dow Village, South Oropouche, was actually much bigger than our humble London abode. And I care not for family members' theories that I would have been my grandmother's favorite. I would rather be rejected for being a mix-up mixed breed than favored because of a generational curse of colorism stemming from the legacy of white supremacy. May she rest in eternal peace, as I give thanks that she's now free from that earthly dis-ease. But what about us mixed people? Don't you think we have it the worst? I said, sis, it's easy to slip into feeling that way, and I know it hurts, but with so many intersectional layers of so-called privilege, I don't know which one to mention first. Let's just say we'll never know how differently we may have been treated on any given day in any number of situations if our skin was a different shade. That's why I can't co-sign the light supremacists who battle their inner confusions with, "We're the best," and anyone who has ever hashtagged Team Light Skin. Why don't you all get together and wear long cloaks that are all beige? With pointy hoods, you could be version 2.0 of the KKK. Nobody wants to join your shitty team anyway. But seriously, I understand that depending on your upbringing, establishing your sense of identity might have been challenging, and I'm sorry if you've struggled to achieve a strong sense of self, but you should never seek that by declaring yourself better than anyone else. A higher color. 3 words that taste like poison as they pass through my lips. I was stood in my godmother's sun-blessed kitchen, home from home, a place I had stood many times before, but my feet suddenly didn't feel steady on the ground anymore. The tears I shed on the day those words were uttered were mine and only mine. Never spoken of, just internalized before the streaks down my face had even dried. If I were an animal, I would be a cat with a mermaid's tail. I decided that she must be my spirit animal the day I first saw her tattooed on another's skin. A rare species brought forth from the loving union of 2 worlds, doomed to the excitement of never truly finding home. I don't belong here in the grey. The cold just seems to drain the sacred melanin from my face so that when I jump on a plane to the diasporic dwelling place of part of my DNA, no matter how much peace I feel there, perhaps I will never truly find my place until we, as a global society, detach from these sickening ideologies of race. Thank you.